everyone out there in Adoption Talk. Today I wanted to give you an update on this channel. It's been a long time since I've posted, and I just had to basically take a break because it was just way too raw.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me.
Man, starting this channel started a whole new life for me. It sent me on a journey of deep ass self-discovery. Okay. The first video I made on my channel, I'll post a link for you. It's called Adoption Talk, Just in My Feelings Right Now, or something on those lines. And I basically was just expressing myself as to my confusion and hurt as why my biological family, even though they have had access to me since I was 10 years old, why they didn't take more initiative in my life, why they were not in my life at the time. And so within 5 minutes of me posting that video and sharing it on my Facebook, my bio mom contacted me. She messaged me. She was like, I hear you. And she actually told me that she was proud of me, that I had made a video like that. She felt like it was going to be really positive for me, and that my experience was going to help others. And so it started off really good with her. I'm not ready to talk too much detail about everything that we went through or whatever, but we got together with my grandparents, who were the main decision makers in my relinquishment. They told me their stories. My mother, she told me that she wanted to be there for me and my kids, and that, she came to me asking for forgiveness. Okay. And, when she came to me asking forgiveness and all that. And it's like, I've forgiven her so many different times throughout my life that, I kind of felt like, well, you're forgiven, I'm good, let's just start over. But as we began the real process, as I truly began to process, as I started getting into different Facebook groups and started listening to more adoptee experiences, which was very validating for me to know that the feelings that I've had all my life were real and valid and relevant, and and that I wasn't just being ungrateful for being hurt by the situation. So basically, the 2017, my mom came back into my life, y'all. She came back to my life. She saw me on my birthday for the very first time since birth. We spent Mother's Day together. She had a really nice family gathering. And we, she supported me, and when I was and my kids in their little sports and whatnot. But ultimately, the reunion failed. And why it failed mainly is because I think we needed a mediator. Number one, I think that neither one of us really knew what we were in for. I didn't really understand I didn't know that the inner child was going to literally come out of me. And but I'm not ashamed of allowing the inner child out. Throughout this situation, I've been in a relationship with my bio fam since I was 10. I have been the parent. I have not acted like a child. I acted like another little adult, and I sucked up on my feelings, and I was reasonable, and I listened to their perspectives, and I held my feelings in for the sake of peace. And I just had to stop doing that because, first of all, I was internalizing the devastation as if it was my fault. And I wasn't able to love myself under those circumstances. I wasn't treating myself right, and I needed to express to the people who hurt me that I was hurt. And basically what it came down to is that they were not really able to accept my perspective. They wanted me, I think the best way to say it is that they want me to respond rationally to something that's totally irrational, instead of admitting to the fact that what they did was irrational. Okay. They believe that relinquishing was in the best interest of me and their family, or yeah, I don't know what to say. Is it my family? Is it their family? Shit. They thought it was in the best interest of them. Um, I won't even say they thought it was in the best interest of me, because I don't think that my best interest was considered beyond making sure I had a roof over my head. And so basically, it was just too difficult for my parents to, or for my mother and grandmother to accept. They want me to accept what they're saying, and I will flat out say no. I won't accept. I can only accept the situation as a tragedy. This is not a positive thing. There's nothing positive about being taken away from your mother, and then your mother, like, pretending that you're not her real daughter, or treating you like you're of anything other than her kid. There's nothing positive about that. It's only painful. And I feel like I'm getting really off track trying to tell this story because it's so long and it spans over a whole year. So the thing that I want to sum up is that so much self-discovery took place in 2017. And the main thing that I discovered is that I have to love myself. I got to love myself first. Ain't nobody going to love me like I love me. Ain't nobody going to treat me the way I need to be treated, and I have to be my own mother. I have to parent the inner child. And I have, that's why I use my original name now. Uh, Even though, like, some of my family and even my friends, they slip up, they call me my adoptive name, but I need to call myself by my original name. That is that is me. That's redeeming the inner child. That's saying, Ramin, you were born fantastic. You were beautiful on that day one. And you were so worthy. You had you had the sun and the moon and the stars within you, you know? And and nobody's ever going to take away the beauty that you just naturally are. And my grandmother gave me a name that was important to her. Okay, it was so important that in our beginning of our reunion, she tried to call me by it, but I just wasn't in a place. She can't call me by my original name and then act like the relationship with my mother doesn't matter. It just doesn't work that way. It's a package. Okay, if you want me to be Ramin, that means you want me to be a part of your family. And if you want me to be a part of your family, that means I'm my mother's child. And there's just no other way around that. And I feel like my grandmother and my mother are not willing to accept that, that I cannot stop being my mother's child no matter what paperwork they signed, no matter what adoptive situation they created, that I can't stop being who I am. Now, I am a relinquished child. That's part of who I am. So I can't accept that. But that means that we can't really be friends, because unless you're here to say that I love you and I've missed you and that I'm so sorry about the pain I've caused you and that you weren't there and that I didn't, get to watch you take your first steps and, go to your first dance and just be a part of your life. Unless you're sorry for that, what is the point of us having a relationship? Because I'm sorry you weren't there for me. And I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. I wasn't really supposed to be there for you. I need to stop that type of attitude. But I'm sorry that I wasn't there to be the child you needed in your life, Mom and Grandma. So excuse me while I had to talk to them real quick. But this channel is about healing, okay? But this is really adoptee focused. It's about being truthful, and it's about telling our stories, and it's about healing ourselves, because let me tell you, ultimately that's what's going to come down to. Even if you do have a nice reunion with your fam, and your mom loves you, those tender loves, I promise you they will feel so good, but even still, it's going to bring up pain, because you're going to realize, like, the more my mom showed me that she cared and she loved me, as much as I loved her to do that, and it felt good in the moment, it also rose up a new level of anger. Well, if you love me so much, why haven't you been there? Why'd you let so much time pass? And I'd have to give you more details on the story to really paint the picture, but for now, I just want to leave you with 2018. We're going to heal ourselves. We're going to heal the inner child. We don't have to stuff our pain down. We don't have to block it out. We don't have to pretend it's not there. No, we can heal. Okay? Let's grieve this out together so that, and it's never going to go away. People, it's never going to go away. Gonna, it's never going to go away. But you'll be able to cope better is what I'm hoping, because right now I'm in a fucked up place. I'm coping by keeping this camera in my face. I have 2 channels. Adoption Talk is specifically to talk about not just my reunion and stuff, but just adoption stuff in general, and just how to heal yourself, meditations, different therapies, group, different Facebook groups you could be a part of, and just resources for those who suffer from adoption loss. And really just to be a real ass person on this camera for you to speak up, and for all those people, for anybody who ever tried to tell you to get over your pain, giving over that shit. It's only coping, and I think time will help. So I'm gonna end this now. I'm not gonna do too much editing, but I might go back and cut out some of these ums and pauses. But I just want you to know that 2018, I'm here for you. Ask me anything. I was able to find my bio dad and my husband's bio family. So ask me questions about how to find your family. Ask me questions about how to deal with a relationship, how to, just ask me some shit so I can answer it and give you a little bit of my insight, because I'm a real person out here facing this, and I'm actively working through it. I'm not stuffing it down. I'm not pretending it's not there. I'm not moving on from it. I'm working through my pain, and I'm turning my pain into my power, which is a tag that I got from a friend of mine who wrote a book. She's all about turning the pain into the power. So that's the theme of 2018. Turn your pain into your power. But before you can even turn it into your power, you got to realize what the hell's even going on inside of you. So you got to start talking about it, writing about it, and sharing your story. Please send me your stories. You can send it video or written form, or just put in the comments or whatever. Contact me, however, so that I can help you, because helping you helps me. So I love all of you, all of those who are affected by adoption. I just keep your head up, keep loving yourself, number one. Okay?
What is love?